Hey everybody, HMV here, playing more Kerbal Space Program. And we are taking off here. We got the Minmus base fixer here. It's a pretty simple ship. Not much to watch on launch. Really not much to see until it gets into space. It's a single stage to space. This could actually get it to orbit, but I am instead gonna drop this with a little bit of fuel in it and then show you what's inside. Okay, we are almost in orbit. We've got a apoapsis of 82, a periapsis a bit under the horizon, and we have 500 meters per second left, which is more than enough to get this thing out. We're also 50 kilometers up, so I'm going to physics warp here, get us closer to out of the atmosphere, then we'll reveal what's under the sheath. We're going to pop off the fairings and show you what's here. Now, these things will actually go away. This is a bug in the game. By the way, 1.0.4 is out. I'm running at 1.0.2, so for all I know, this was actually fixed already. But we're going to get this guy up into a little bit farther than I wanted to go. We're going to get this his periapsis up to somewhere around 60 or so. And then we're going to dump this, and it's 235 units of fuel, which really sucks, but what are you going to do? Then we're going to control from here so that we know which way forward is. Then we're going to stage our engines. And then we're going to get the apoapsis the periapsis above the atmosphere, and then we're good. And if you're wondering why would I need these fuel lines when these are connected here, I just do. Oh, and the struts went away, which is awesome. I do need these. The weird thing is without these, one of these engines got lit, and the other one wouldn't get lit. Even though they're added on here with symmetry. I have no idea why, so I added the fuel lines just so it would work. This is a throwaway thing anyway, so I don't really care about it. Okay, we need to get this guy. This is us, right? Yeah, this is us. So this is our target, the Minmus fuel lifter. And we are orbiting below it in all cases. So what we want to do here is we want to go over here. And or actually, are we? No, we are orbiting with it in all of these cases here. So we actually want to, around here, right around sunrise, we want to add a maneuver to ideally have these guys meet up. Actually, I think we're going to burn up like this. Right here. And then we'll do another burn next orbit to get it up like that. Yeah, and this guy rotates really fast. So anyway, this is the boring stuff, so I won't make you sit through it. I'll come back when these guys are actually meeting up. Okay, we are coming up here. We are 160 some odd meters away. We're coming at him at 765 meters per second here. This guy is really hard to control because he's so off-centered. He's really easy to move left and right, not so easy up and down, and it made it difficult. I'm not going to lie. He also has no monoprop, because that's the way I roll. So we're actually going to switch over to this guy who does have monoprop. Now I need to decide where to put this. I can basically put it anywhere, and I'm thinking about putting it in between this thing and this thing. And that's just, I think that's the smartest thing to do. And then have the engines facing this way so that they fire this way and he goes this way. Basically dragging the vast bulk of mass along with him. So what we're going to do here is we are going to aim at our target. That's away from our target. We're going to aim at our target. We're going to get him really close, and then we're going to figure out what the best thing to do is. I think that's fine. Actually, maybe We want to be coming at him from the other side. Around there-ish. And we'll aim ourselves retrograde. And we'll just come up to this guy, get kind of close to him, and then stop, is the idea. There we go. He is basically at a standstill relative to the base here. We're going to rotate him just to keep him from doing anything bad. And then we are going to leave him sitting like this. And then we're going to switch to the base. And now what we want to do is we want to undock these guys from each other. And I think the first thing we should do is get the base attached to the guy. So we are going to control from here. My cat is going to just, you know, freak out and be all weird. And what are you going to do? We're going to set that equal to, we're going to set that as our target. Make sure the engines are facing the correct way. They are. Then we are going to come and attach to him. Yeah, see, this guy's monoprop is not very good, but it should be fine. So let's go ahead and now we want to move forward. Get over here. So we're pushing this towards it, and ideally that's not going to come in contact with this. Looks like it probably will. So let's back off a little bit. Okay, now we've cleared it. We need to see this. Yeah, we're only moving. Yeah, it's just the RCS fixing this thing. That's why actually that's a good reason to have fine controls on. Because when the RCS tries to correct the orientation, it ends up completely changing everything. And it looks like we're just going to hit it, and this will be perfect. This is really the best we can hope for. There we go. Boom. We got it on. That's the important thing. Now we're going to switch to this guy. He's going to control from here. And then he is going to back up. Luckily, unlike the other parts of the ship, he's actually quite controllable. We're going to set this as our target. And then as soon as we get past it, which is basically now, let's go into locked mode. There we go. Now we're going to... Why can't I control this guy? He has no battery power. He's not in the sun. I can fix this in a very bad way. Okay, now with RCS, we're going to RCS... Oh, I got to actually have it on. We're going to RCS our way over here. We're running out of RCS. I'm also actually... There we go. Locked mode. RCS our way across like this. Now turn RCS off because we're almost out. We're going to get ourselves aimed correctly. There we go. RCS our way like that. And that should be good. We still got 41... units of RCS. I don't want to actually be moving any faster. Whew. We should be really close now. And I think we're just going to hit him. And grab him. Nice. Okay, now we are ready to eject this thing to Minmus. Whew. Okay, the other ship is on its way. The one that has... who's going up there? Starvin' Marvin. That's right, because he's not starving anymore. So let's set Minmus as a target. Let's actually basically try the same thing that he's doing, which is to add a maneuver here. Yeah, that's about the best we can really expect to get from here. Okay, as we're burning here, I'm actually thinking about this. It's actually good that I brought this up. It would have been better if I brought it up otherwise, because the plan was to bring this thing down on the bottom of this guy and then kind of like try to drop it so that it lands right side up. But now what I can do is I can bring it down with this thing, land this thing on the surface, then disconnect this guy and then set him up on his own. So that's actually going to end up working out better for me to bring this thing down separately from this guy, who also I think might have to bring down the main base. I honestly don't remember if he has to. I don't think he does, though. I think this thing, I think the main base can land on its own, from what I remember. Okay, we are in Minmus's sphere of influence. We're coming around the wrong way, and this is the orbital station, so this can't come in the wrong way. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim inwards on our orbit here. So we are facing this way, is what we're doing. This is towards the center of Minmus, and as soon as we stop rotating, I'm just gonna turn on the thrust here, and we're just gonna burn ourselves towards Minmus, and then as soon as we get to the center here, that's gonna flip around, and now we're burning away from Minmus, which is exactly what we want. And then now we need to focusing on Minmus, we still need to burn out a little bit. And we want this guy to be at about a 25 kilometer orbit or so. That'll allow for good time warpage. There we go, that's perfect. It's gonna make you have to burn a little bit more to get the fuel off of the surface, but it's going to add some quality of life. So I think we're fine as far as that's concerned. I'm going to snap this at the periapsis. And then in 2.5 hours, he's going to have to make this burn. So let's go ahead and orient him this way. And note it says he's got 350 meters per second. That's actually not correct, because he's still emptying fuel out of something. I don't know what. This guy into this guy. And actually, you know what? That might be the only fuel he has, now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, so actually he is going through his fuel pretty well, now that you come down to it. However, this burn only gonna cost 171, so we got plenty. And this guy's pump level is 1, and we are going to turn his pump on. So he's going to pump into this guy as well. So that gives us even more meters per second when the time comes. I'm actually surprised. I thought we had more fuel in us than this. But nope, 458 liters is all we got left, so. But there's Minmus. We're just going to come up here, get into our nice little orbit. Seems we're doing a lot in the dark. But we got plenty of batteries. I learned at least some of my lessons. There we go. 24 by 24. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to leave this guy here in orbit. This guy, to land at the base, needs his tank to be full. Possibly. So actually, we might not have enough fuel to get this done. Let's actually put his pump level up to 2. Turn him on. And that means he's going to pump all his fuel into this guy. Then I'm going to disconnect this guy. Actually, let's get in the sun first. Might as well. We got a day before the surface base with Starvin' Marvin on it gets into view here. So I might as well do this in the sun just to make sure. We're going to disconnect these guys. And then we're going to switch to this guy. He has 483 meters per second. That's plenty. He can land with that. So let's go ahead and monoprop ourselves away from the base and then back. Okay, let's go farther away from the base and then back. Oh, wrong way. That wasn't far enough from the base? Holy cow. Okay, let's, I mean, I guess he doesn't need to be connected anymore. You know what? Let's let these guys orbit separately then. They both have solar panels. They both have batteries. We'll let them orbit separately. We might have a problem. We might just, because this guy does have to go down. Yeah, I think we're going to do this now. We're going to do this now. We are going to. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Yeah, okay, we're gonna bring this guy back. He's coming back. We are going to control from here. We are going to set, doesn't really matter what we set as a target. This actually might be easier. But we will set, that is our target. We'll actually activate all our engines. Can we do that with the spacebar? No. That's annoying. Oh. Terrain physics warp off. And we're docked again. Okay. Whew. Now these guys can stay together until the other ship gets up here. So, let's go ahead and jump to that ship and take care of it. Yeah, see, he has no docking port on him except for these ones. He also is very low on Delta V, which is very low on not being disturbing to me. See, these guys have fuel in them. Yeah, in order to get more fuel, we have to get this guy landed. Period. In order to make more fuel, we have to get this guy landed. In order to dock the other ship, we have to get that little docking arm landed. And in order to... Oh, you know what? This guy has more Delta V than that. Because his Delta V only counts what's in these. So it's not 131. It's 131 plus 90. Yeah, we can fill that up, what, 8 times, 9 times? So we have plenty of Delta V. He probably, with these empty, he might actually be able to land. He has no monoprop. But I think we're good. Okay. Oh, and he's got a collision apparently with Minmus. But let's go ahead and get into Minmus' sphere of influence, and then we'll fix up his orbit so we can rendezvous with the station. Because I think we're going to need to rendezvous with the station to give the station his fuel. Assuming we can. Okay, that's goodish enough. Might as well get this out to 24. There you go. Now we're going to add a maneuver to get you into an orbit. We're going to set this guy as our target and see where the ascending and descending nodes are. I think we're going to do this. What I'm doing here is I'm getting this guy into an elliptical orbit so we can fix the descending node between him and the station out here where it'll be cheaper because we're worried about fuel. And it's only a day away. It's only a day away. And we have 19 days worth of supplies on the surface base. So one day isn't gonna make or break us. Whereas the amount of fuel that it's going to take to change our orbit might. Yeah, notice our Delta V is not, our total Delta V left is not going down. That's because we're burning fuel out of fuel tanks that Kerbal Engineer doesn't know we have access to. Okay, and that ish is fine. We're not going to be sticklers. Okay, now this is in 3 hours. We're going to add a maneuver here to correct our orbit compared to the other ship. Now we're going to snap it at our descending node. And then that'll also get our close approach here right on this orbit, which is awesome. So then all we have to do is, once we've gotten this ascending node fixed, we can then burn down to meet them next orbit. Okay, that should be pretty close to perfect. 0.2. There you go. Now, when we get here, we're going to add a maneuver to slow down right like that, which will then get us one more orbit away from the intersect, which is in 1 hour and 40 minutes. And Bam, right there. We will meet him on the exact wrong side of Minmus, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Okay, we should be very close to this other ship now. Oh yeah, we're 900 meters away. Let's slow ourselves down. So we're actually not in any hurry to meet up with this ship, because if we waste enough time, we'll we'll end up on the sunny side of Minmus. But I think at 200 meters away, we can bring this thing to a stop here, and then think about what we're going to do, because we have a cacophony of docking port options, but I honestly don't know which one of them is going to actually help here, because we've got some regular-sized docking ports and some seniors, and none of them are in very good positions for each other. The only docking ports on this guy are regulars on the side. So in order to dock this guy to that ship, we're going to have to deal with that. And that means the little guy is going to have to do something. But as soon as I get this guy completely stopped, we're going to jump over to this other ship here. We could just bring these two ships side by side and dock them right here and here. And that actually might be the easiest way to do it. The other option is to disconnect this guy, take him over there and grab onto this guy, and then come back, disconnect this little adapter, and then smack that guy into there. I honestly think it's going to be easier to connect these guys on these docking ports. So let's control from here. And he's our target already, so let's aim at our target. SAS is on, so we are going to just leave him like that. Now this guy, we are going to set that docking port as our target. We are going to control from here, and with 96 whatever you call them. Let's go into locked mode here. 96 units of monopropellant. We are going to aim this guy at that guy. And I think it's wise to come in like this. No, it's more wise to come in, rotate this guy 90 degrees like this. What I'm thinking here is these things stick out. So we want them to go on what's going to be the ground. We'll have the clearance of the... Whoa, clearance of the ground here. Let's go ahead and put on fine controls. Why not? And let's rotate this guy like this. What could possibly go wrong? We got plenty of electric charge. We don't have to worry about that. We're quite well aimed. So let's get this oriented here. I have no idea what's going to happen when I turn monoprop on, but guess what time it is? It's time to turn monoprop on. Let's go ahead and turn monoprop on and head towards the base. Come on, show me my direction vector. There it is. Okay, now let's go up. Okay, we've used a decent amount of monoprop already. We are not in anything even remotely resembling a hurry. So we are going to just bring this guy in. We're 143 meters away, traveling at... Okay, you know what? We can speed it up to 2 decimeters per second. There we go. Now turn monoprop back off. We're going to rotate again just to get the rotation perfect as possible here. Not that it should matter, but why not? Then we are going to let time warp do what going faster would do. And as time warp changes things, we need to turn monoprop back on and thrust towards him again to get ourselves going. Let's go 3 decimeters per second now. Turn monoprop back off. Let time warp bring us closer. And now that we're basically heading perfectly at him, we're going to turn monoprop back on, and I'm going to slide this thing over right like that so that we are heading directly towards the guy. Whew. Doing this all in the dark, but luckily I've got the ambient light, and I think I'm actually going to turn it up even a little bit more just because we're spending so much time in the dark. We still got 91 monoprop, so we're not really using too much of it, which is good. Speaking of 90, that's how far away we are from the base. And the sun has now risen, so my plan has worked. So let's actually go up to 0.4 decimeters per second. I'm sorry, can't say 0.4 and decimeters. It's either 0.4 meters or it's 4 decimeters. There is no other option. But we are 70 meters away from this guy now. I hope the docking is going to work. I hope nothing's going to hit each other. Let's go ahead and monoprop our way back up into perfection. Now let's see. I'm a little worried about this hitting this. And I'm actually more than a little worried about it. I think I'm going to rotate to a 45-degree angle here. Which should allow us to dock to that docking port, and these will miss those, yet this will miss that. That's what you call plan F or something. Okay, now let's go ahead and monoprop ourselves back over this way so that we're pushing our docking port back towards us. I'm actually going to flip to him and hit the backspace key to close these, because the last thing I want to do is break a solar panel. Those are the only solar panels that I'm really concerned about. Maybe this one. And maybe, why not this one as well? Okay, let's go ahead and monoprop our way back over this way. We are mere meters away from our goal. I don't see it not hitting. I'm actually going to slow down a little bit. And it doesn't matter. Okay. RCS is off. We are docked. This is crazy. I'm actually going to turn SAS off because I don't want these things shaking themselves into destruction here. But now we need to make sure that we didn't lose all of our fuel, and we did. One thing I don't know is if this guy can completely land on Minmus without any fuel whatsoever except for what's in these. I thought that I had designed it to do so. If we disconnect, it won't be that hard to reconnect. So we're going to do it. We're going to disconnect and see what this guy's meters per second. You shouldn't need more than 300. Let's go ahead and undock. He's got, yeah, 186 is not enough. 186 is not enough. Let's go ahead and control from here. Set this as our target. Let's back away. Turn SAS on. Let's back away a little bit. And then go right back towards him. And why is our target wandering so much? I don't know exactly what our target's doing, but it looks like looks like we missed it. And it looks like even worse, we missed it and it somehow the magnets flung us crazily. That is less than good. Okay, I'm going to dock these guys. I obviously can because I've done it before, and I will be back.